At the southern end of the electorate in Ōtāhuhu town centre, people have a lot at stake in this election. They're worried about the cost of living, housing and poverty. There's a range of views on which party is best equipped to deal with them, but one name keeps cropping up.
I'm nearly 80 and I've seen Labour do things a lot more successfully than National.
It's just been an ongoing thing for generations, Labour.
So you don't actually know why you really vote for Labour?
No, not really. I don't.
Labour support is so ingrained in Panmure-Ōtāhuhu that for some, it's almost unthinkable to vote any other way. Last election, incumbent MP Jenny Salesa secured 77% of the vote. In second place, Nationals candidate secured just 14%. At Ōtāhuhu's community centre, the Pacific groups gathered are staunch Labour voters.
Most of Niueans are Labour, as far as I know.
From the first day I got here to New Zealand, I've always been a Labour.
Salesa doesn't underestimate the power of appealing to the Pacific community, who make up nearly half the electorate's population.
Whenever there's a rugby or a rugby league game, Tongans congregate or come through to Ōtāhuhu. Ōtāhuhu is called Little Tonga.
With more than half the electorate under the age of 30 at the last census, appealing to young people is also a crucial part of the campaign. But Salesa acknowledges some new voters may opt for change in the form of Green candidate Efeso Collins.
If you do have to choose and you want to give someone else the vote, especially if we're talking about Efeso Collins, give him the name vote, give Collins the tick, party vote Labour.
It's a complicated rivalry. Salesa's called Collins a friend since their university days.
He's been a Labour member for so long. When he was standing for the mayoral candidate, I was one of his biggest and strongest supporters. He'll probably tell you that, not just outdoor knocking, but actually financially as well. And so it's disappointing as a friend that he chose to choose another party this time around.
But despite his long history as a Labour member, Collins says the time was right for him to switch allegiances.
This is about choosing the team that I believe best represents this community, that's going to best advocate for this community. And I want greater ambition than what the Labour Party has presented for many years.
So now he's hitting the phones trying to secure the vote for the Greens.
I was wondering, am I able to hold you up for a couple of minutes?
After a few answering machines, the first person he gets through to doesn't need any convincing.
Oh, fantastic. That's fantastic. Oh, I'm glad. That's really good. Have you always supported the Green Party?
For others, though, it'll be a harder sell. Collins is hoping he's a familiar enough face to appeal to voters who might otherwise automatically vote Labour.
I think it's needed someone with profile, because that means the bridge is trusted. And I've established long, enduring relationships in the community, and people trust me.
Up against the experienced politicians in the Labour and Green camps, the National Party's backing newcomer to politics Navtej Randava. The grocery store owner says when he's outdoor knocking, people tell him they're struggling to make ends meet.
I hardly have conversations in terms of the policies around carbon, credits or the others. It's all just to do with the basics.
Like Collins, he thinks young people are starting to have conversations with their Labour-leaning parents about voting for someone else.
It's not given that they are, red seats. I don't believe in that. I think what we need to do is be more relevant and connect to how they feel.
Other candidates for Panmure-Ōtāhuhu include ACT's Antonia Modkova, Vision's Karl Mokaraka and James Robb of the Workers' Now Party.